Tensegrity models allow us to feel for ourselves the dynamic forces of push and pull within our bodies. Putting together this model can help us to experience firsthand how our bones don't actually touch one another, but are suspended and stabilized by a web of connective tissue. Welcome to the assembly guide for your Tensegrity Pelvis model. This method of assembly will have you make your connective web first, and once that's done, you'll add your struts for stability. Let's start by checking your kit contents and then go through the assembly step by step. You should find 9 struts, 4 long and 5 short, 18 end caps, 6 have T-shaped sockets, and 12 have circle-shaped sockets in their center, 2 identical webs. The webs have 2 kinds of anchors, T-shaped and O-shaped, to fit the corresponding sockets on the end caps. Go ahead and remove the end caps from the struts if they're still on there from packing. Don't worry, they'll reconnect later. Lay out your first web with the pointed ends of the anchors facing up and away from the surface you're working on. Start with your 2 pink O caps and snap them over the anchors on the furthest right and left sides. The big hole of the caps should face up and towards you. Next, take your 4 teal O caps and snap them onto the 4 anchors toward the center of the web. Now, take your 6 purple end caps with T sockets and snap them onto the remaining T anchors of the web. Leave your web oriented as it is and set it to the side. Lay out your second web with the pointed sides of the anchors facing you just as they did the first time. Add 4 teal O caps to the 4 anchors in the center, and add 2 pink O caps to the anchors on the side. Bring your first web back and then flip your second web on top of it, like it's a spiderweb sandwich. The strings of the web should all line up, and the big holes of the O caps should now be facing towards one another. Attach the 2 webs to each other by tilting the T caps toward you. Insert the anchors on top by pressing their pointed end into the nearest cap. The new web should be symmetrical from front to back and side to side without twists or tangles. All the caps should point inward toward the center of the web. Double check to make sure the anchors are secure and we can move on to the struts. Lay out the combined web as flat as you can like we started. Take 2 long struts and insert them top to bottom into the outermost T caps, like the pillars of an H. Add 1 short strut top to bottom between the middle T caps, giving you 3 struts that go up and down. Each strut should have matching colors on both ends. Insert 4 short struts front to back between the teal O caps surrounding the center. Make sure your front to back struts are in between your top to bottom struts. Insert 2 long struts side to side between the pink O caps, 1 on the front and 1 on the back. Thanks for watching. For more biotensegrity inspired tools and resources, visit us on Instagram or at minimokinetics.com.